Okay, these are tulip peonies. Okay, so it's a type of tulip, but the edge of the petals are more like peonies. Okay, see, here's the general problem across the board here. You can see where the petals are puffed up. And if you take a close look, you'll see that the walls have blown out and vented. And yes, I really did. I'm going to deflate one of these here. I'm just going to press it in. All right, like that. And you can tell where there's a little tear. There are little, tiny little tears and along the sides here and stuff where it got vented. Okay. And I guess I did try to cut slits and needle size holes. Hopefully the gas would vent out that way, but nope. And you can tell really what. So these are some of my earlier ones before I figured it out. Tulip peonies, do not wait until they are fully bloom, okay? Fully opened up, whatever you want to call that. Yeah, so this is one where the flower was fully opened up in full bloom, okay? If you like this effect, great. It's kind of a happy accident. A lot of these, experiments are happy accidents. And if you can't go with the flow, don't be doing this because you're going to get really disappointed. I like happy accidents. So this is another one again. Sorry. All right. So this one right here is another one. General problem again. Puffy petals. And they're broken up and stuff. Okay. So enough of that. A few more here. Again, these were very light colored. Kind of like that right here. Okay, they're very light colored with deeper reds and pinks along the edges. So I did figure out a way to deal with it. Okay, this is a lot better. I figured out a way, and you can see that I had to cut really thin tissue collars. Okay, it goes around the bloom like that, and I taped it, regular Scotch tape. And I did that to all of these. This collar right here, I just forgot to peel away. I'll do that when I use the flower. But these ones were all collared. You have to collar them, okay? And I just like, it's not the color so much as the structure, okay? I like how these were obviously not in full bloom. I just liked how it looked when the bud was just really tight before fully blooming. Okay. It looks great from the top. I know that some of you are not going to be able to see what I see in them. Here is an example of part of the leaf blowing out. See that? I don't know what it is and how it's being blown out like that. So some of you plant scientists or botany people, maybe you know, okay? I just didn't really appreciate the vocabulary and all that stuff in botany class. So, yay. Probably should have learned it a little bit better. Yeah, so I could depuff it. What I'm going to do is probably take a X-Acto knife and just get rid of this film right in here. Okay, you can see that there's this white. I don't know what part of that plant it is, but yeah, I can just peel it away like this, and then you're going to get that nice deep green. You can kind of see that right there where I started peeling it on camera, okay? Let me see if I can do that again. Yeah, so this is what I'm going to have to do for the leaves. Okay, so you can peel that away, and you can apply a little bit of paint. I'm not trying to repaint the flowers. I just want to give it some little pale shimmer. I probably do like one of those scrapbooking effects, where they have some little shimmer or iridescent paint. You can put in a small spray bottle so you can kind of mist it and let it dry. That's the kind of stuff I'm going to be trying and experimenting with. Again, this white stuff, I don't know what part of it that you would call it, because it's not a film that developed, from the process of freeze drying. It was, part of the plant material already. Okay, I don't know what you would call it. I really don't. You know, so that's going to be really interesting. Once you peel that, it should be like this nice deep green color. And it is dry. It really is dry in there. All of these that you see are over probably about, I want to say 3 months old, okay? So yeah, when I put them in the freeze dryer process, they were not fully bloomed, and therefore the color is going to be light, but I like the structure. It shows the whole structure like that. And I used to cut the flowers away and throw the rest of this out, but then I liked it. I like having some of the petals show through. These are very young petals because I did not let them, you know, grow up, okay? I don't know what you would call it. Some science person can figure out what to call it. So these are, yeah, little puff balloons that you can flatten out, okay? So those are some of the early experiments. Again, I found out, don't let them fully open. You're going to have to take them while they're young. Okay, here's another one. I had a collar around there. I know the color is stripping a little bit, but it didn't really have that much color to begin with because I plucked them so young. And I like some of the mini buds. You can see I like the structure right here and there. So this, I'm not disappointed at all. It's different than what I expected, but not disappointed. I'll show you some other specimens right here. I let these open up, but again, I let them open up and then I put a collar on them to, bring them back in. If you do not collar these, they will puff up like a balloon, like some of the early experimentation. But see all the interesting shapes and stuff like that? It does not bother me at all. I know some people are going to be really, you're going to like disappoint a lot of people, but no. And the ballooning here of the leaves, again, that can be cut out, okay? That can be cut out, that can be cut out. Before I stick them in resin, I'm going to dry them very, very carefully in the oven to make sure that we get all the moisture out because, like I said, these are like 3 months old, okay? These were all done about 3 months ago, 3.5. Okay, so there's another example. I really liked keeping the buds on the stem. It's a very natural look. So here's another one. The top one didn't, the top flower, the big one up here, didn't turn out that well. But again, that one bloomed faster. This is what I'm going for, this little bud here. I barely let it open. Typically, there will be one big flower, and this one opens up faster, and these little buds clustered around it do not open that fast. See, I like this. I like these shapes. So, yeah, that's what I was going for. These have some promise. I'm not disappointed. Different from what I expected. Here's another one right here. Let's see if I can get that on camera better. Yeah. So when you take off the collar, you can get this. The yellow is from the pollen. Those are just, the pollen, you would have to be very careful regarding the pollen because it stains. I still can't get something out. The towel I used. So these are great. I collared these and took the collar off. I like how it looks. Okay. So I'm going to do something with it to bring a little sparkle. Probably do some pearly, light white or light pink color that's iridescent. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, so all of them are like that. These are some of the earlier experiments. You can see the puff. These are young buds, but I did not collar them. Okay, so yeah, they puffed out like a puffy thing in the freeze drying process. Okay, so this one I can flatten it out like that. All right. So when working with tulip peonies, you got to get them collared. Okay, some of these will do, some of the different stuff that I've shown you today will do better in like a mini cupcake pan. Or if you bought like mini cupcake, the paper for the cupcake part. You can get those little mini paper cups and like stick the bud into them, okay? I see that working out really well with roses. You need that.